Welcome to one of the weirdest videos you'll ever see on planet Earth. We're gonna go down a list of some of the creepiest, craziest conspiracy theories you'll ever see in your lives. So sit back, grab yourself a nice drink, grab yourself a glass of whatever you choose. Grab yourself maybe a snack, sit tightly, and let's get to the list. Because you came here for one reason, and that's one thing, my friends, and that's a list. And that's a list of conspiracy theories and my discussions. The moon landing. So obviously, around the moon landing, there's different sort of takes you can have on it, okay? Either it's a sort of, totally real, we 100% went on the moon. Either it's the second take of we did go on the moon, but the footage that they shown was fake. Or it could be a mix of the two, we went on the moon and we died. There's a whole list of things you could talk about the moon. I think, in my opinion, it's undeniable that we went on the moon. But the second point is that it's possible, I was reading I was listening to this Joe Rogan podcast, that's what all great ideas stem from in society, is from the Joe Rogan podcast. Either that or you're sitting, with the blunt staring at the stars, where all great ideas come from. And they was talking a little bit about the moon landing, and they was saying that it was real. Obviously we went on the moon. There's just too much stuff that would have gone down that we didn't go on the moon. Just too much stuff, had to be there. If the Soviets, let's say, knew that we didn't go on the moon, be crazy. I mean, it's not even that far away. Let's be realistic. But the thing is that they thought that the video could have been fake, and maybe that's possible. That's more, sort of there. And also, apparently Stanley Kubrick made it, and there's a couple of things in The Shining that kind of proves to that. You have to really use your brain for that. I would kind of sus, sort of, but I mean, there is there is a huge full thread blatant misinformation. I believe that we went on the moon. Maybe the top of full blatant misinformation. We'll come to it later, my friends. Should we add a tier? Yeah, add a tier above. Just sort of kinda there. I guess that's kind of the same as kind of sus. Okay, kind of there. Question mark. I guess that's that's kind of like a mix between, sort of mix between dangerous and kind of sus, because there are some parts that are dangerous. But okay, I think we're on a 9/11 cover-up. Okay, there's a lot of things. I like 9/11, right? Not the thing, my friends. Not not the actual event, but it's one of the most interesting theories and probably the darkest ones there. So pretty much you'll have a multiple mix around, because there's so many events that happened during 9/11, so many different stories. It's that one moment in time that you will remember forever, and there's so many little interconnected stories around 9/11. So first of all, there's something that we have to agree is there's too much shit out there that is blatant misinformation. For example, the towers were CGI. I think it's undeniable that the towers crashed into the plane, right? There's not that's something that is, if we say to that be untrue, that would be full blatant misinformation. Now the other point is that the other take that you'll have on it, once you agree with that, who did the US government want this to happen? or was doing it on a purpose, and the purpose being to attack Iraq, attack the Middle East. There's a possibility there that not exactly true, but there's a possibility that I'm guessing that this is my theory, all right? And you could claim me to be like a full like conspiracy theorist or whatever. This is my theory based on just, human like interactivity, how humans like react and everything like that. And don't trust me. This is my theory. My theory is that one of the guys who, was planned to be in 9/11, because let's not deny, I mean, the towers were bad, but there was much more than the towers. It was the Pentagon, which, luckily didn't suffer compared to everything else. It didn't suffer as much. I mean, it suffered huge amounts, but compared to the, what could have been, it suffered a lot less. There was plans on the White House, I believe. A couple of those things were thwarted. So it was much more than, let's say, the Twin Towers. Not saying that wasn't, a lot enough. And it was like, that was an amazing in like the negative sense of how awful it was. It was a crazy thing, but there was much more involved, right? So to plan something like that, like you probably, you've been in some, business discussions, some school discussions out there. It's not like a couple of guys who did this, right? I'm sure you did. You have to do a presentation on the board, with a group. You have 1 week to do it. Everybody did, apparently, like one guy did one presentation by himself. The other guy, like, I don't know, literally did nothing, was sleeping. The other guy didn't even know, wasn't there during the days, didn't even say something. And then the other guy just like, I don't know, fuck. He did the presentation on a completely different other subject. Like the presentation was about Egypt. He did it on Rome. Like, you probably know how hard it is to organize something as simple as that. This is a big thing, okay? It's not like I don't think it's like this imaginary thing of just like a couple people who are out of their minds who did this. You need an actual like strategical planning to do this, right? So my guessing is that some people involved there probably told some other people, let's say like their family, maybe it slipped up there. Maybe one of the members of their family told somebody else, what this crazy thing is happening? Maybe the other family, blah, 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 goes down the line. And maybe somewhere in the mix, the USA could have gotten that information, but just didn't take it seriously. That's my guess. That's my guess. That's why sort of there's something there. And there's a huge amount of misplaced money involved. Like there's like $2 trillion that are misplaced somewhere along there, which is pretty bad. I still think with everything involved there, also, if it's major impact and its major the creation around it, around 9/11, I feel like there is some blatant misinformation down there. But it is a very, in itself, it is a very interesting thing. But I still think, yeah, kind of there. Kind of there. And kind of there, but still info that can be bad. I feel like that's like a more representation of what I wanted to there. There's kind of something there, but still there's a lot of misinformation and there's a lot of stupidness around that topic. We're not on we're pretty bad, okay, on the moon landing being completely fake and the 9/11 being completely fake. Like that's like completely stupid, but there are some elements there that we can sort of theorize upon and are kind of ruined with the other stuff, okay? Mandela Effect, this one is, in my eyes, I think this one is one of the most like crazy fake stuff ever. I feel like it's stupid. It's in my opinion, it's pretty stupid, except for one, right? Except for one that we're gonna come to, but it's completely stupid. Okay, like let's take like the biggest one, like the Monopoly Man, one of the biggest ones around there, saying, "Oh, the Mandela Effect is real" and everything like that. You have Let me make sure I'm streaming, guys. I just want to make sure, because if I'm not, then it's kind of fucked. Okay, we're already streaming for 10 minutes. It's already been 2. Okay, we got to speed this up a little bit. But still, I don't care. I want to make this long. I want to make this long for you guys. Nice, long, and hard. Like the best things in life. Mandela Effect, right? So let's take one example, my friends. Let's take the monopoly man, the capitalistic monopoly man. Okay. Oh, does he have a monocle? Does he not have a monocle? Like, who cares? Like, who cares at the end of the day? Like, okay, I think he doesn't have a monocle. But if we believed and like truly believed that we have a monocle, it wouldn't be like out of like something there that he could have a monocle. Like, it's not crazy. It's not like out of this world, because, you know, he's a greedy sort of, you know, money hungry guy. At least that's my image of him, like a capitalist sort of guy. The reason that he, you know, and that rich people are often like have a monocle. So if he had a monocle, or if he didn't have a monocle, like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not that like part of the bloom. Like, we misremember stuff every day. You probably didn't remember like little shit like, okay, what color was your friend's shoes yesterday? Were they red or were they blue? You probably don't know. What color was like the teacher's sweater yesterday? What color was your boss's sweater yesterday? Like, was it gray? Was it blue? I don't fucking know. Like, who knows? Like, it doesn't matter. This shit is so insignificant. And just a little part that it doesn't really matter in my eyes. Same with the Bainstein bear. Same with Pikachu. You know, does he have a black tail or not? Like, who cares? Okay. But there's one. There's one thing though. And this is the fruit. That's little Alex Jones. Hopefully I'm not getting on some sort of list. This is the Fruit of the Looms logo, okay? That's right there. Oh shit, what's not that? Right there. Yeah, see. Second image. Okay, this is okay, we'll take this thumbnail, for example. This shit is so... Yeah, this one, same too. Like, this is not... The Fruit of the Loom... Yeah, it's everywhere. The Fruit of the Loom logo... Yeah, same here. The Fruit of the Loom logo does not have a cornucopia. Yeah, look. It does not have a cornucopia. And everybody just thinks that it has this like massive cornucopia behind it when it doesn't. It just does not. And it's really crazy because this thing, like in the background, that like doesn't really reflect the food. It does kind of reflect like Thanksgiving in a way, but that would have to be like if we had to imagine that there was something there, the food wouldn't have been like this sort of summertime food. It would have been more, you know, like pumpkins, seeds, stuff like that, more in line with Thanksgiving. Oh, by the way, if your Thanksgiving was soon, so happy Thanksgiving, guys. Hopefully you had a good time. But yeah, let's go back to the thing. It would have been like something, you know, a pumpkin, and then you can imagine a cornucopia there, but there's nothing there. It's very weird. It's very bizarre. So for that reason, we all believe that there was a cornucopia there when there wasn't. By the way, if you don't know what Fruit of the Looms, it was a underwear company. So for that reason, we're gonna kind of put it in kind of sus, kind of just for that one aspect. Besides that, everything else is just bullshit in my opinion. But that one little fact is crazy, I think, in my opinion. It's almost out of the world. Helen Keller was faking it. Helen Keller, was she faking it? Okay. First of all, is it possible? We have to like. First of all, you have to remember: is it even possible? Because some of these shit, it's not even possible to fake. Like faking the 9/11 is impossible, right? Like actually faking it, like it being CGI. Like I'm sure that maybe like one news report possibly had CGI, maybe like that's in the realm, but every single one, there's every single angles at that time of history. Like, you know, it had to be like fucking like. It's impossible. It's almost impossible. Helen Keller faking it. Is it possible? like that was a pretty good impression. Like just off the top of the blue, if she wanted to create this story around it and everything like that, like it is possible. I still think the story is so fucking touching and so heartbreaking, and you know, the family and everything around it had to have been faking it as well. I feel like that's too much. Like, could you, my friend, like, could you convince your mom, your dad, your grandpa, your brothers and sisters, I don't know if she had any brothers, your caretaker and everything like that, that you were faking it? Like, maybe, but yeah, it had to be like too much out there on her own. Like, let's say she was like, she popped up out of the blue, right? She didn't have all these people around her, right, that were like, you know, the case. Like, if they say this is a story in like the 1800s where like no family, you know, sorry, no grand newspaper was talking about it, but we have video evidence of the family talking about it and everything like that. Just would have been too much. I think it's you know, it's in the same story. Like, it could have been true. Like, it's like maybe there's something there. No, actually, I don't think there's anything. We'll put it here. We might change it later. Paul McCartney is dead. I don't get this one. It's so stupid. This is one of the most stupid stupid ones out there. Like, okay, like in one of the Beatles songs. Oh, should I explain? You guys know what the fucking Beatles is. A famous British band at the time, like during their height of their career, or at the tip end of their career. I don't really know. In between the two, they believe that Paul McCartney was dead and he was replaced by a body double or clone or whatever fucking weird ass shit you guys think. This one is, I think, full blatant misinformation. Like, the best proof that they have on is in the Abbey cover. We're gonna bring some photos. Abbey Road cover, but in the Abbey Road cover, like, he has like no no socks on, and apparently yeah, this Paul McCartney right there, he has no socks on. Like, okay, that's supposed to be like him in what's it called, fucking that's supposed to be like him in like a funeral casket, like he's dead. Second thing is there's like a song, and if you rewind the last part, it kind of sounds like, oh, bring me on dead man, or ring me on dead man, something like that. Like, it doesn't, it's not even, it's like, if it was like you played it back and was like, okay, Paul is dead and he will die, or he's a dead guy, like, he, like, okay, maybe, but like, it's literally like, ring me on dead man. And if it's only if you rewind it, and you have to like take something like in mind that it's there. It's too much. It's like Yanni and Laurel. Like, you have to imagine that Yanni is there in order that the Yanni is there. I don't know. I feel like this one is full blatant misinformation. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Blue Ivy. Ivy? I don't really know too much about this one. But if there was an Illuminati, they probably would be in there. Also, it's really weird, like, whenever somebody's supposed to win an award, or when somebody wins an award, it's always like, oh, thank you, Beyonce, it should have been you, and then whenever it's a, yeah, remember that, like, that famous Kanye West thing? Beyonce, one of the best videos of all time, when it was fucking like, was it Single Ladies? I don't know what the fuck Kanye was smoking that night. Clearly wasn't his worst bit, by the way. Clearly wasn't. It wasn't even the fucking top 20 of the worst shit that he's done. I don't know why if he gets canceled for that, like, what the fuck is he doing? I know. That's beyond the point. That's besides the point. If there was an Illuminati, let's say like a group of grand people out there, it probably would be these people. Like, I don't think there's an actual like Illuminati. I just think there's like a bunch of powerful people together that, you know, that sometimes like group up. Like, that's literally like and just make deals together, you know? Like, I'm sure Bill Gates and shit like that, they probably, like, linked up, something like that. Like, Elon Musk, how much shit is he controlling, like, right now? Okay, he literally controls X. He literally, like, publicly, right? I'm talking, there's not even mentioned George Soros and all those, like, those grand donors and everything like that. Specifically talk about, like, Elon Musk, who is a public, you know, figure, and everybody knows this. He publicly owns Twitter. He publicly is gonna have some stake in the Trump election. He owns a rocket company. He owns a internet provider company that can give internet to anybody, pretty much, you know, asterisk on the planet. He has a rocket company, meaning there could be some military involvement there. And he owns a car company. He owns does he still own PayPal? I'm not sure. Yeah. He owns that much, and that's like publicly. And does he meet with other people to discuss what they're gonna do? Like, for example, what they're gonna do on X, what they're gonna do on these other platforms? Yeah, probably. And do other people do it? Yeah, probably. Like, just famous people, they just meet, you know? There's people, like, when they're at high... Okay, imagine this, right? You're in a class, right? You're in your school class. Do the three, like, most, like influential people, like, quote-unquote, like, your class president, your, like, whatever vice president, do they meet? Do they talk about what they're going to do to the class and stuff like that? Like, do they meet with the teacher, talk about what they're going to do with the class? Probably. Like, they did it once or twice, you know, once or twice in a year. Imagine that on a grand scale. That's like Elon Musk talking. Like, Elon Musk is the sort of principal. No, sorry. Trump is like the principal because he's the president, right? Elon Musk, because he's like, he did all these amazing shit. He's, you know, he's the school, like, representative or something like that. They probably meet, you know? It's the same type of shit, just on a grander scale. Yeah, probably. They meet, they talk about shit. Is Jay-Z... This is a long-winded shit. Is Jay-Z and Beyonce there? Probably. Probably true. Almost like a truth. Like, it just depends on what you think the Illuminati is. Yeah, I just think there's an Illuminati out there. It's just not called the Illuminati. It's called something. It's just a group of people meeting together at powerful positions. Deja vu is one of the craziest shit out there. Okay. It's... I don't think it's like... Do I think it's like this mystical thing? I don't know. Like, I believe in God and everything like that. Like, does he put stuff in place to remind us of an experience that we once had? Maybe. I don't know. But let's like speak like purely on, you know, scientific basis. You coming back to a place that's sort of similar to a place that you kind of experimented before, or you relive a, you know, sort of, you think you relive like a similar experience that you already had before? Yeah, I think it's true. I think this is like without a like shout out, like scientifically it's true, sort of, like anecdotally it's true because everybody experienced deja vu in their life. Maybe in a more like esoteric sense, that even might be true if you believe in God and everything like that. He might put these memories back in your place when you relive something. I think that's true. I think that's true. Aliens in Area 51. I think there's some truth out there. Let me like, you know, put a grand asterisk there. I think there's some spooky shit in Area 51, because if not, it wouldn't be as heavily closed as it is. By the way, I think there's other places in the world and in America that are closed and have some pretty fucking crazy shit in there. My guess is there's some powerful plane technology out there that we don't want to be released to the public. But do I think that there are Area 51 aliens in there? I think there's some spooky, weird shit going on in Area 51, but sadly, I don't think it is aliens. I think it's much worse than aliens. I think aliens would probably be on the low of the list, but I don't think it's aliens. I don't think we've seen aliens yet. Are there aliens out there? Yeah, we're going to get to that. But yeah, I think it's kind of sus. Elders of Zion, I don't know what that is. We're gonna look it up. We're gonna find it. Elders of Zion. What is this? What is this? I want to run down. Okay. Fabricated text. Is a fabricated text proponing to details of a Jewish plot for global domination. Okay. Yeah, I hear this theory a lot. Jewish plot for global domination. Jewish people historically have been one of the most hated groups on planet Earth. But at the same time, they have been one of the most, especially in America. I'm specifically talking about America. I'm sure they've been in other positions as well. Have still been one of the most highest placed power in the group. I don't think it's a pure protocol of Elders of Zion. I just think I think in the Jewish community, let's say when you have a business, you rather have another Jewish person in your business, and then whenever a person gets a high up position and can hire somebody, they're gonna hire a Jewish person, right? I think that's just how the logic works. Like sort of the same thing. You go to an Asian shop, the head up is Asian, the employees are Asian. That's just how it works. I feel like white, quote unquote white people, quote unquote, I think even black people potentially, I'm not too sure, is generally how we think. We just employ whoever is best qualified for the job, or whoever we think is best qualified for the job, or potentially our family as well. But we don't have that same logic of whichever race, quote unquote, is or whatever culture or race, you can sort of think about it in the same thing, we're gonna also hire. That's not my logic. Me if I start up a business, I would pick whoever my ideas align the best with, also whose values potentially I align with, but also I wouldn't care about too much about race, religion, and stuff like that. But I think maybe for Jewish people, there's sort of that community of, okay, we have the same sort of like-mindedness, and we're also pure. You have to remind that they are pretty persecuted. When I start up a business, I want to have a Jewish person with me. Maybe that's just the logic of it. I don't think it's this huge, grand domination thing. I just think when a Jewish person is high up, okay, I'm gonna promote this. I'm gonna make this other guy high up at the same time, so we're together, or something like that. That's my logic of it. I don't think it's a grand plot. I just think it's human nature, just tribes and shit like that. That's just what I think. You can call me anti-Semitic. I don't care, whatever. I don't think I am. I think it's just normal tribalism. That's my theory. I don't know too much. Tell me in the comments if you are Jewish, if you are Asian, if you are black, even if you are white, whoever. Just tell me what experiences you have with this, in the workplace, in whatever. Just tell me your experiences, what I have, what I just said. I can't really say what I just said in a simple sentence. But if you do, please tell me where I'm wrong or where I'm right. Just elaborate. Please tell me a good, nice little story. I'll read it. I read every single comment. And yeah, that'll be a good time. So, no. I guess this, I have to say this one is completely fake. I think it's completely fake. But I still think, there is something, there's a nugget of truth, hidden, in the tiny bit there. It's just tribalism, normal human tribalism. Yeah, but even for me, specifically on a level, let's say if I had I'm Christian, right? I know I don't show it too much, but let's say if I did have a Christian person, let's say if I was starting a business, yeah, I could see myself, maybe not me, but I could see that logic of, okay, I'm just gonna hire a Christian person, just easier. I know what he does. I know his values. I know his general worldview. I get that. And I think it's the same thing with other religions, other cultures, other ethnicities. I think it's a common thing. Stonehenge is sus. I don't really get Stonehenge. It just seemed like a bunch of rocks, people together. Okay, it doesn't seem. I think it was just a bunch of fucking bored cavemen or whatever, with like construed this contraption or whatever. Just put some fucking like people don't like it. They don't they underestimate the human fucking like retardation of just like, okay, I'm gonna do something fun just for fun. I don't think it's like anything too crazy that aliens brought it there or something like that. Yeah. Do we live in a simulation? I don't know. Sometimes shit is weird. The thing is about living in a simulation, I think you could use it, sort of that framework, to your advantage. It kind of replaces religion in some sense that I don't really agree with. You know what? I'm going to come back. Yo, fucking friends, you know what's the weirdest shit? I feel weird. I feel very weird, and I feel very weak. This is kind of freaky. I don't know what exactly this is. This could be something related to the video. It could be something outside of it. It's pretty weird. Hopefully I'm not saying stuff that's too much. Hopefully I'm not pushing the simulation too hard. Do we live in a simulation? At the end of the day, like, you never know. You know? I don't think we do. I believe in the Christian worldview of life. Yeah. Well, what else can I say? I mean, like, I guess you could use that framework sort of sometimes to your advantage. That God is like the creator of our games and he plays. I think you could sort of use that like in another way. It doesn't have to be like a simulation, like a video game simulation, but like you could think about it. God plays like, or we are all like notes or whatever, and he plays every single note. That's like a destiny sort of thing. I forgot his name. The guy, the predestination guy, the Protestant ethic, spirit of capitalism. What's that guy? Not Max Weber. It'll come to me, but yeah, but we are predestined and everything like that. That could be like the same thing, almost. Maybe we do wake up, and we wake up in a different life, and we look at our life and say, oh, that was just a test, or maybe this was the game, and maybe that's heaven. I don't really know. I think there's some truth to it. I'm gonna put in kind of sus. Princess Diana, so was she assassinated? So the thing beyond Princess Diana, I think the reason why the big conspiracy around Princess Diana is that she was dating this Egyptian, he might have not been Egyptian, this Middle Eastern guy, and maybe the royal family didn't like that and really pushed it against her. I don't think really they would kill her for that. I think they would just shame her. I feel like they could do something worse than like that in order for her not to date this guy. I think sadly it was an accident, and a really tragic one at that. I think this is misinformation. I always like, there's always like that 1%, you know, so you can't fully say. I'm gonna say it's, nah, I'll just put I guess, yeah. Nah, fuck it, like, it's too much damage, I guess. Greta Thunberg is a time traveler. Okay, yeah. Fucking 13-year-old, yeah, give me a break. Okay. This is something like, okay, I want to get real. Okay, I agree with the shit that, like, Greta Thunberg says. Okay, our planet is dying and everything like that. Like, there's stuff that we should do for our planet. Like, I get that, but why did the fuck did we appoint her? Like, why did we appoint this fucking 3-year-old to fucking be representation of the ecologic movement? We could have picked somebody a lot smarter, a lot better, and a lot older than this. An adult, right? An 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, you know? Why did we have to pick this fucking... That just shit blows my mind. It's ridiculous, you know? And it's such an important thing as well, our planet. Why the fuck did we pick this, like, 13... Makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay, she's supposed to be the future. Pick somebody a little bit more, you know, a little bit smarter. I don't know why. I feel like there's something very stupid out there, and it's very weird. You have the, you know, president of France going to this fucking 13-year-old, right? And saying, oh, you're amazing. Oh, you're so smart. Give me some wisdom. She's probably a little damaged and following this cause that I think, there is a lot of truth to there. I'm not a climate denialist. I think the science is there. But she's a 13-year-old. We could have picked somebody a lot smarter, a lot better than this. It's very weird. It's a very weird thing. It's weird. It's very stupid and it's very weird in my opinion. Is she a time travel? Yeah, no. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I think we better pick somebody a bit better for a time traveler, my friends. Not to say that big question. Not to say that her message was wrong, even necessarily that she was wrong. Just the age on its own. You're not your brain, even if you're fucking Mr. Stephen Hawking's, Mr. Einstein, at 13. You shouldn't be a spokesperson of this fucking important movement, right? Especially directions and changing how we're gonna live our life. It should have been somebody much better. I don't know. I don't blame her, by the way. I blame the people around her. Yeah, Jesus and Mary Magdalene. What conspiracies there? I don't know. I don't want to talk about. I like Jesus. I don't want to. I believe in Jesus. What is this? Mary? Were they together? No. I don't think so. The Illuminati, yeah, probably true. Global warming is fake? No. Is there degrees to how bad it is? Maybe. I think the science is there. Do I still think it could be used to control us and everything like that? Yeah. Do I think it's as bad as people say? I don't think it's as bad as people say. I just think that it could be worse or bad than people say. Like, we don't really know properly. But other more important things, like, I'm not a huge Trump guy, but he said on a podcast with Joe Rogan, we should worry about global warming, but we gotta worry about nuclear warning first. Meaning we should care a lot more about the wars, get the war settled, and then figure out global warming. There's this other logic to it, is that you should use all the power of the oil now to figure out a better system in the future. So I think this is fully fake, and I think it's really bad, but I don't think it's as bad as people say. And it's give it a lot less credibility when you fucking appoint a 13-year-old. She's not 13 now, but you know what I say, when at her height of her fucking age, whatever she was 15, 13. Ghosts. When I was a kid, I believed in ghosts. 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 Do I believe in ghosts? The thing about ghosts is that, like, I feel like is there something in the afterlife that sort of guides us and everything like that, can offer us wisdom from time to time, that maybe could, like, possess our spirit from time to time? Maybe that's, like, sort of ancestral thing. Do I think that ghosts are around us, like, flipping, like, when you go to bed and you, like, I don't know, like, doing weird shit, like just trolling? I don't think so. I think they're more of, like, a spiritual guidance from, like, the afterlife. Maybe something there. I still think it's fake. Still think it's fake. QAnon. So Trump is supposed to be this master guy, getting rid of all the pedophile Democrats. That's pretty much QAnon. From what I understand, there's a guy on 4chan, I believe, if I'm not confused, who is the Q, and he gives updates on Trump. And apparently Trump is supposed to launch a couple of these, like, secret messages in his speeches. No, I still don't think so. You think that Trump hangs around Reddit? Nah, I don't want to disregard it completely because I don't know too much about it. Because I try to look there's something really fucking weird. Is that I try to look this up on YouTube to figure it out. I couldn't have one decent video that wasn't, like, mainstream media, NPC type video about it. I really wanted to figure out what it was, just, like, out of curiosity. There wasn't a good video on it. It was all oh, what the QAnon, like, what it is effects are. There was no videos about it. This video is probably gonna get flagged because I even fucking mentioned it, right? I don't give a shit. I only have like 300 subscribers anyway. Yeah. But yeah, QAnon. QAnon. Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q Q. That's my QAnon reactor activating it. Nah, I still think it's fake. Loch Ness Monster, yeah, obviously fucking fake. I mean, do you really think in the middle of fucking, what's it called, Loch Ness in fucking Scotland, like in a lake, there's a fucking like thing down there? And plus, don't we have like fucking cameras that probably saw what's going on there? No. Do I think there's some fucking freaky shit in the fucking ocean? Yes. Let me this is like actual proof. Aliens in the deep ocean. I just think Loch Ness Monster is such a fucking basic bitch thing to think that's obviously fake, but there's some freaky fucking shit at the bottom of the ocean. This is way, like, imagine seeing this shit. This is at the bottom of the fucking ocean, right, my friends? Let's get a better. Yeah, this one. Like, this is not grand fucking conspiracy. This is actually there, and it's ginormous. Look at that fucking freaky shit. There's just way more freaky shit actually in the bottom of the ocean. Look at this shit. This is straight out of a fucking horror movie. It's ridiculous. It's so scary. Like, there's some actually fucking freaky shit. No, that's Cthulhu. Fuck off, Cthulhu. Okay, weird. Okay, weird fish. Weird fish. Yeah, and it's so unexplored as well. Yeah, I want some actual shit. I don't want like some this freaky. Yeah, shit like this, like scary stuff, you know? I don't want to give in you like Photoshop shit, but yeah. Are there freaky shit at the bottom of the ocean? Yeah, I don't think they're in this fucking weird ass swamp. So fake, fully fake. Atlantis. Didn't fucking David Cameron spend like $1 billion to fucking try to find this shit? No, he hasn't even fucking find it. He found like a couple rocks in the fucking bottom of the ocean. So yeah, so Plato was writing about this grand city that fell. I think it was more of a, you know, sort of historical or allegorical thing. I think it was more referring to another empire that fell, not an empire that, like, you know, was at the bottom of the ocean. I think it's fake. I think, is there some truth in there? Maybe, like, sort of. Reptilian overlord, like, yeah, fuck off with the There's so much weirder shit, like, that's actually going on, like fucking Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, fucking P. Diddy. Like, then this shit, we don't need this fucking, this padding reptilian over. I don't think it's real. Do I think? Wait, should I show you this one? Right, I'm gonna tell you this one. Let me show you this. You're gonna like this one. Michelle. Can I even say penis on YouTube? I think this is her. This is a reptilian. This is a reptilian stick. This is a reptilian stick that's connecting. This is a reptilian stick to like telepathically connect to her like brain, to telepathically connect to the reptilian overlords. Yeah, I don't think it's real. I think that Michelle Obama has a penis. No, it was probably like some pocket or whatever. It was probably something else, okay? Or probably Photoshop. Yeah. Funny guys out there. 27 Club. So, a lot of very famous artists die extremely young at 27. And a lot of great people die at 27. Did I say 21? 27. I think, great artists like Army Winehouse. Okay, 27 Club. Let's get a good. I want to tell you everybody, because it is, it is shocking. I think it's more of a trait of coincidence than an actual like thing. Is it possible that maybe one of them might have, or maybe some even people out there might have killed themselves on that specific day? Because we all know that, some of these people did kill themselves, right? Great. These are great, terrific, terrific songwriters, singers, musicians, terrific guys. Died extremely young, 27. Is it possible that maybe one of them did do it because he wanted to be in the club, in the 27 Club, and was like, oh fuck it, I'm 27, I don't like my life, right? This is probably the case with the Nirvana guy. Fuck, I don't know his name. I'm not that into Van Morrison. Nirvana killed himself with the Nirvana. What the fuck's, I don't want to butcher his name. Yeah, Kurt Cobain. I don't know why I didn't know his name. Plus, fucking famous guy. Kurt Cobain. Is it possible that he killed himself because he wanted to be in the 27 Club? I don't know. Maybe there's some fucking weird shit going on. Because we know he killed himself. Was there reason why he wanted to be there? Like, live on through his music? No, I probably don't think so. I just think it's a nice little coincidence. It is a weird coincidence, I have to admit. But I don't think, there's nothing to there. The Denver airport. I made a video on this. I think there's nothing there. After my fucking long-ass research on the Denver airport. Oh, I should explain, because this is maybe something you guys don't know. Okay, so there's an airport in Denver, and there's a lot of weird shit around it. There's a lot of weird murals in it, like mural. Okay, let's go Denver airport. Oh yeah, Lucifer as well. Yeah, a lot of these sort of New World Order type murals. Very freaky murals. Like you have this one of this guy slaughtering some children, and then after peace on earth. I think it's just very provocative murals. Especially like this one, probably most provocative, right? You wouldn't see. It's just very provocative imagery. I think it's actually a shame, because when people take like this sort of stance showing this like important message of peace, and then like people turn it into some sort of World War, New World Order type imagery, it's very bad, and it's very shameful, I think. It's agreeable that it's morbid images, but I think the artist behind it, and I think that the Denver airport thing wanted to provide this very beautiful message of like peace and everything like that. And then first they need to show this. To show that, they need to show like this horrible image before. And yeah, I think it's nothing more than that. I think it's just really provocative imagery that's promoting something very peaceful at the end. Like, we can overcome this brutality. Yeah, and for that reason, what else? Yeah, the Lucifer one. There's so many. I like it because, in some ways, because there's a lot of like shit there. Like, it wouldn't be interesting if it was just this one. Yeah, Lucifer. That is a fucking creepy horse. There's a lot of. I would really recommend to watch videos about the Denver airport. But yeah, great. Pretty much summed down a lot of weird shit happening around it. That's interesting. A lot of different coincidences, but I still don't think there's something massively there. And why would like an important like reptilian, quote unquote, organization have something in Denver, in one of the biggest airports in the world? If they were going to do this, they would probably do it in the middle of nowhere, where nobody would look. In like the middle of a fucking, like at the basement of a shack in fucking Wisconsin or something like that, like some like random house, in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Yeah, especially there's other like airports in the city, in the country that could house all these Illuminati type shit. Why would it be in fucking Denver Airport, which is one of the biggest airports in the world? Yeah. If I was like a Illuminati guy and I wanted a place where nobody would look, I would just have a fucking shack, like in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, right? And like kind of like very like crackhead looking house. Like if you go there's probably a crackhead sleeping there. And at the basement, you open this door, and then like you go down. There's a bunch of goofy shit like fucking Fallout type shit at the bottom. Like that's probably where I would put my base. I wouldn't put it in this. Vaccines have. Do you know how fucking like ridiculous this one is? One of the stupidest ones I think out there. Vaccines being like causing like autism and shit like that's like a separate thing, right? We're only gotta talk about this one today because we don't want to get even more canceled than we were. But let's talk about this shit. Okay. How the fuck? Okay, do you know like the needle of a fucking thing? Okay, first of all, let's talk about the one. If the microchip was a solid, right? It had to be like, this is the first one. It was a solid. Do you know how fucking tiny that needle is? It would cost a bazillion. No, it's not even possible to even do that. Find a fucking microchip there. A GPS there. Like, what the fuck do you expect? Second thing, okay, let's say if it was a liquid. How the fuck would that... Do you think your body would just take in this fucking liquid? How the fuck is that even possible? Like, it's not even possible on fucking any planet. It's like so... This one is stupid. But are there some repercussions with the vaccine and everything like that? Maybe. But this one is stupid. But... it really discredits the other theories and the other like things that we can discuss, the actual things we can discuss around the vaccine. Maybe there's some side effects that in the COVID vaccine that we should have maybe tested more. Maybe we shouldn't because we needed to get the vaccine out to save a bunch of that's an actual like discussion that we can have, because I took the vaccine, my own personal experience. Luckily, nobody in my family died because of the vaccine or because of COVID. But I took the vaccine once, and I fucking felt horrible the next day. I imagine if maybe like an older person took this, doesn't have very good health. Like my grandpa, he's 100. If he had the same reaction as me after taking the vaccine, he might have been there. He might have been gone. We knock on wood. I knock on wood, but it's possible. Luckily, he wasn't. Luckily, he's fine. But I can understand that, right? And they should have warned us about it. But at the same time, we could have died. I mean, like, people could have more died. It's a very, hard pressing calculation, but it's something you have to like talk about. Would you rather have freedom, or would you have her like known safety and less people die? I don't know. JFK. It's a moral calculation you have to do in your head, I guess. And it's very easy in hindsight to say it was a bad call. And that's where I'm going to stop it. Okay, JFK, was he assassinated? His uncle, RFK, says he was. Well, I mean, he was assassinated by the CIA. Let's just say that was a very... I'm gonna say it here, right? It was a tough shot. It was a tough shot. All we know is that Alex Mason did it at the end of Black Ops 1. Not fucking with you guys. Okay. JFK said he was gonna split the CIA in pieces. He didn't want war. He felt extremely bad about war. Are there entities in the government that would like to continue having a war going, for profits and everything like that? Of course. The war hawks, the neocons, that base the establishment. Some people in there want to have wars going for business. Because the more, there's like a business incentive there, right? They produce the weapons. They sell it to the other group. One group produces the weapons. They sell it to the military. A lot of money goes around there, right? So first of all, that's an incentive, and JFK didn't want that. Secondly, he said he wanted to get rid of the CIA, split it into pieces. And you have to remember, if you're a member of the CIA, if you're a CIA guy, right? Do you want to kill the president for this? That's a calculation you got to make. I don't know, like if your whole organization, right, this multi-trillion dollar thing, right, the CIA, right, the biggest force in the world, scariest shit in the world except for God, of course, and our will, scariest thing in the world on our worldly plane, except for the will of man, right? And the president says, who's probably the only guy who could potentially stop it, especially if he wants that, I want to cut it down. The calculation is there. There's a possibility there, right? So there's a motive, at least, somewhere there. It's even a believable motive. But still, I think that if I was a member of the CIA, there would be a much easier way to get him down. If I was a member of the CIA, I would find a way to sort of ruin his reputation in some sense. Sort of what they did to Nixon. So Nixon, if you don't know, what happened to him is the Watergate scandal, a very big scandal in the United States. Nixon, so he was president, and he was discovered spying on a potential candidate, another candidate, an opposing candidate, spying on him and stealing some sort of records from him, right? Not him, but his team. The smoking gun tape was found out, and he was later on, what's it called? He resigned, right? He resigned as president. He later on said in one of an interview, he said, the same machine that got JFK got Nixon. Right? So like the same, that's what he said. So he believes in the JFK conspiracy that he was shot. I feel still, I feel like there's something there because there is a shooting aspect there. I feel like there would have been a much more easier, less breadcrumbs than this, but at the same time, he still has, he's blabbering his mouth. I would like more a pill assassination. There's a different form of assassination, a less public way to do it. An easier way to get to him, especially because he had a bunch of affairs. What I would do is I would get one of the girls that he had an affair with and make her, do something to him, put some shit in his food, shit like that. Or have the girl be a crazy bitch and shoot her and pay her I don't know, $1 gazillion or whatever. I feel like there's an easier way to do it. So that's why it's that huge public assassination that could lead it more towards a real case. The lucky thing is that President Trump, if he keeps his word, he's actually going to know. So it's one of the very few ones that will know for certain if it was true or not. Or not for certain, but 95% certain. So probably it's kind of sus. Crop circles, messages from extraterrestrial beings. I know crop circles are weird. I just think it's just people having fun writing random shit in in like crops, like just for fun, bored farmers. I don't think there's too much in there. It is kind of sus, I'm not gonna lie, but put it there. 5D showers. Okay. We're gonna talk about one, right? We're gonna talk about one, my friends. So I'm gonna pull up blue. Okay, Wi-Fi waves. Because to us, like this thing, I feel like they don't teach us properly. Like in life, in school, like properly, or maybe I just wasn't listening. What these things were. From what I understand, are they sounds? I don't even know if they're sounds. They're these waves. You know, these very, I don't even know. They didn't even. All right, let's go bring it. Yeah, so they're frequencies, right? Yeah, they're these frequencies, right? And they sort of, yeah, and they're we can't sense them, right? Is this shit doing stuff to our brain? That's the main point. Especially 5G towers. Big things. I feel like this shit is the type of shit we don't want to discuss because of the effect and the amplitude that it could have, and especially because we're all addicted to our technology, we're all addicted to our phones. It's something we don't want to discuss. Yeah, this is the agromagnetic spectrum. Non-ionizing, yeah, quote unquote, yeah, okay. Non-ionizing, and I was gonna fuck with you, I'm not gonna say. And then like eventually that goes down there to ionizing, right? Just prolonged experience to this for forever in our lives. Forever in our lives, right? We're always having this. I feel like there hasn't been enough studies, and the studies will be too much to do, too long to do, because you have to do it forever. I feel like there is something there. Continuous, you know, access to these waves, always having these waves on. I feel like it could do something, you know, especially because like if too much of it, like it's ionizing. I feel like there's something there. I'm not a scientist, I don't know, but you know, I feel like there's something there. Yeah, kind of suspect. I don't think it's as bad like as people say it is, but I still think there's something there. Bigfoot, big fat L. Big fat L. Is there something weird lurking around in the woods? I feel like there's like way weirder shit. Like it's just a fucking gorilla in my eyes. I feel like it's not that crazy. There could be something, you know, way worse in the woods, and we already know there's something way worse. I mean, a bear. Like, let's say you saw a bear on a photo for the first time, like, you know, walking up straight or some shit like that. You'd probably fucking freak out, right? I think there's some weird shit out there. Like in the woods, we already know there's weird shit down in the ocean. Weird shit in the forest, not that out of the realm of a possibility. Probably true, but it's not Bigfoot. It's like, it's just for me, Bigfoot's a fucking gorilla. Like what else? I don't know. Like it's not that bad. Marilyn, I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't know about this Marilyn Monroe one. I can't really talk about that one. Chemtrails. So when planes, okay. In Vietnam, okay? Fucking strap yourselves in, okay? In Vietnam. The US government made rain worse for the Vietnamese. When there were clouds coming up in Vietnam, the American planes flew by, dropped some whatever shit on the clouds, some fucking pixie dust or whatever on the clouds, By the way, the clouds were already raining, and they poured down even more, causing terrible floods. Effectively, the US government controlled or made weather worse. That should fucking scare you. That is insane. Imagine there's rain, and then a plane flies by, drops some shit. It rains even harder. They can add shit to clouds, I think. I don't know if they're actually doing it, though. That's the thing. I feel like there's some truth to there. But it's too... There's something really sussy about it. But I don't think chemtrails exactly are true. Paul McCartney is a liar. Fuck off. Yes, true. Yes. COVID was planned. Well, okay, what's the benefit of COVID, right? We have to remind, like, the people above, what's the benefit? To see how far we can push the human, like, in obedience? Because everybody agreed, like, everybody was COVIDing. Everybody, like, locked in. No, I still don't think so. Maybe there's something there. But it could still be bad, you know? I feel like we need more info about the COVID. Industry plants are real. Yeah. Fucking the Korean K-pop community. Okay, industry plants, for you that don't know. Because I like explaining shit just in case if you guys don't know. You probably know, but just in case. Industry plants are artists, singers, that were reportedly made by a sort of system or made by the big music corporations in order to promote their songs, to have a new hit person. Yes. Already, I think it's true. Already in Korea, the big K-pop groups are just fucking factory lined. It's ridiculous. They start out, they go through a talent agency. They get picked off with like other people. The only people that do the dancing and the singing. Other people write their songs. Other people design their costume. Other people design their aesthetic. There's nothing like artistically there. It's not like the Beatles, a couple of guys, or Queens, a couple of guys making shit by themselves. There's like a big industry there to promote these people. People, you can't fail, really, unless if you're... You can't really fail if you're like in that Korean K-pop community. I mean, like, the BTS members couldn't even have fucking kids. They were slaves, almost. Slaves to these fucking labels. I'm sure some boy bands around there were created the same in the States. Do some people pop off because they're generally good, you know, in the Spotify industry? I think so. But some other people, are they artificially boosted? Maybe not artificially boosted, but created by some like sort of industry thing to push out to constructively construct a image around a person. Yes, I'm afraid so. It's a really sad thing because I love music. It's one of the most beautiful things in the world. I love it when it's just a couple of guys like the Beatles, a couple of guys like the Queens, a person like couple of people like getting along and really try to make something beautiful for people. And I don't like this corporate backing around it. I really dislike it. You know, Sony, like Michael Jackson said, Sony was disgusting. Sony kills and everything like that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've completely skipped over Tupac is alive. No, but can we stop with this fucking Tupac glaze? Like, I just discovered this. Tupac killed a kid, right? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so this is truth. This is true. Hopefully, from this group. It's. I think it's also in the documentary. I just want to remind this that Tupac wasn't a good person, and this proves it. Tupac Shakur was at a concert, right, or was at a gangbang shit. Had his gun out, cause he didn't know how to fucking use the gun. He dropped it. It misfired and killed a kid in his fucking cranium, in his chrome. What a fucking disgusting thing. This was early on in his career in 1992. I want you to watch, I want you to do some research about this on your own to make sure that I'm not like saying stuff. I'm giving you the over dramatized reason, but there's always something there. If I was me, I would repent and I would fucking go into hiding after doing that. I would not continue to pursue a music career after doing that. Doesn't care about what big message he said. I would just stop. You killed a 6-year-old. Or accidentally killed I would go in fucking hiding. I would become a priest. He's not a good person. Is he alive? No, I still think they shot him. But I don't think he's a good guy, and I don't think he should be fucking exonerated amongst these other legends, right? There's some actual legends out there. I'm sorry, but I don't think Tupac is one of them. Maybe his songs are good. There's no denying that. He had some genuine talent. Can we stop glazing him, please? Mermaids are on the fucking seabed. Yeah. Show me the fucking proof. Burns aren't real. Yes, they're not real, my friends. No, I'm joking. This is obvious fake one. You could just cut open a bird and just see for yourself. Yes, so we're done. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I don't really know what else to say. I'm just so thankful that I have this, that I am a YouTuber. And yeah, I can talk about conspiracy theories. I can talk about pretty much anything because I'm not chained to a big thing like these other YouTubers. I'm not chained to the algorithm. I am a little bit chained to the algorithm because I like doing what the algorithm. I like views, but I genuinely like doing this. And I just want to thank you all. What else? I can't really say anything more. I'm just so thankful. Have a blessed day and have a good night. Good day or good night. It's pretty bedtime for me, so I'm gonna go to bed. But thank you all for watching.